Hey you guys, it's Christina Marie and it's time for another New Music Tuesday. I told you guys last week after I talked about Justin Timberlake for like 15 minutes, I'm sorry, I'm not sorry, that I would probably do this week's New Music Tuesday on Imagine Dragons. And that is correct, that is who I'm going to talk about today. Here is their album called Night Visions. It's so funny, I have their album already downloaded on Spotify, so I haven't even really touched this. I just wanted to buy it because I just wanted to support them. That's what the CD looks like. I haven't even taken the album art out yet. I barely know what these guys look like. I just know what they sound like. So basically, this album came out on September 4th of 2012, and I just bought it last week. First of all, Imagine Dragons is a indie rock group that started or is based out of Nevada. Let me see what part. I have my computer here. Las Vegas, Nevada. And they've been together for about 7, 8 years, something like that. This is their debut album, Night Visions. And what drew me to them was after Pentatonics did a cover of Radioactive with Lindsey Sterling, another YouTube star, violinist. If you haven't seen the video, I will link it down below. So they did a song called Radioactive. And they did it at their Pentatonics, the concert that I went to a couple weeks back too. And I was like, what song is this? And then when I saw the video with Lindsey Sterling, I said, wow, I love this song. Who is this by? And I saw that it was by Imagine Dragons. And at first I thought it was just like some video game, you know, like Final Fantasy or something like that. I was like, oh, some game is called Imagine Dragons. And who wrote the song? But no. Imagine Dragons wrote the song, and the album is Night Visions, and the song is Radioactive. And so I looked up Imagine Dragons on Spotify because I said I really love this song. And so I sat and listened to their entire album, and I loved every single song. I mean, back to back to back to back to back. It was crazy good. After I found out about them, I just happened to be on Facebook one day or one night, and I saw that they were going to be here in Kansas City in the summer at our at the Midwest version of Coachella called Can Roxas, Kansas with rock in the middle. Haha, clever. So they're going to be one of the many acts that are going to be here, and so I'm super stoked about that. Let's talk about this album. This album was produced by Alex the Kid, D-A, the Kid. And it's just a really nice indie rock album. It's not too heavy metal hardcore to where I would dislike it. That's not technically my thing. But here's the thing. I went to Target to get this album. And there are, I think, like 10, 11, 12 songs on the album initially, and then I went to Target, and you know how Target always has their exclusive versions of things, so Target gave us about 7 more songs. So there's the list, and oh, there's the camera. So here are the extra songs right down there, and then here's the regular set list, our song list. So there are a good chunk of extra songs on this album. So if you are trying to decide whether or not to get this album, once you decide whether or not you want to do it, go to Target and get it. So let's get down to some information. So Imagine Dragons consists of Dan Reynolds, Ben McKee, Wayne Sermon, and Dan Platzman. So there are 4 dudes. Now, here's my thing about this album. I love the entire thing. Like I said, I can sit down and I can listen to it consecutively back to back to back to back to back. But there are 5 songs that stand out to me so hard because I just was like, whoa. I'm the type of person that music speaks to my soul. Like, my soul hears you and it wants to respond. That is how deeply connected that I can get with music. And so my favorite songs on this album are, in no particular order, Amsterdam, Demons, on top of the world every night and bleeding out. With Amsterdam, it's because of the beat. I don't even know, it's just the catchiest beat, but I'm gonna go ahead and find some of the lyrics for you. In the song Amsterdam, there is a phrase that says, your time will come if you wait for it, if you wait for it. It's hard, believe me, I've tried. Your time will come if you wait for it, if you wait for it. It's hard, believe me, I've tried. But the rain won't fall for the both of us. The sun won't shine on the both of us. Believe me when I say that I wouldn't have it any other way. I'm drawn to lyrics that speak to me in the time that I need them. And Amsterdam, for me, I've been to Amsterdam. And I was there during a time where I was having like, I was 19, first of all. So you're always having some kind of, you know, when you're 19, because, you know, hormones and everything is a high rating of 10 when it's in reality like a 2. You know, we over dramatize things. And so that was a place for me. And so I was in a really bad spot with a relationship. So that's what this song kind of reminded me of when I was in Amsterdam, and feeling the way that I felt. And so just it's saying here, you know, your time will come if you wait for it. It's hard, believe me, I've tried. But the rain won't fall for the both of us. The sun won't shine on the both of us. That for me is just saying, hey, it's not always going to be bad, you know, but it's not always going to be great. But, you know, your time will come. Just wait. Oh, that rhymed. Hey, I could write a song. Next song I really, 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 really love is called On Top of the World. And this is just a really, really fun song. It reminds me a little bit of the Lumineers. 'Cause I'm on top of the world, hey. I'm on top of the world, hey. I don't know, I just love it. It's just a really, really catchy song. And you know, like the Lumineers with their I belong with you, you belong with me, you're my sweetheart. And they do the hey thing during the verse. It was just catchy and I love it. Then another song I love is a song called Demons. And this song actually resonates with me now. There's a spiritual sense to this song, to this whole album really, which is why I like Bleeding Out and Every Night as well. I'm not going to read the lyrics for those songs, but there's just a kind of spiritual element to it that I really, really enjoy. And then Every Night is just a nice song that's saying, I'm coming home to you every night. Like, I'm coming home to you every night. So there's a lot of personal connection with this album for me personally, and I think that a lot of people will get that as well. So it's an excellent first effort for Imagine Dragons. So, they are going to have a really, really busy summer. They have so many festivals lined up. Like I said, from Ken Roxas to the Sasquatch Music Festival, I'm reading right here, to the Holtzfrid Festival, Tea in the Park, Lollapalooza, Hangout Music Festival, everything. So they are doing a great job at promoting themselves. 2 accolades that I thought were really, really cool that they gotten. Billboard listed them as one of the 2012 brightest new stars, and then Amazon.com called the band their favorite rock artist of 2012. And for them to have come out in September of 2012, that was almost, about 6 months ago, and for them to still be going headstrong and being as popular and still out there promoting, that is a great, great effort on their part. So they're pushing this album and I love it. When the album first premiered, they were on all the late night talk shows, and you hear my cats in the background. I'm trying to get through with this before I go deal with them. They're hungry. They were everywhere from Jay Leno to Jimmy Kimmel to Jimmy Fallon to Conan, to David Letterman. They did it right. Kind of like last week when I was talking about the difference between Justin Timberlake and Brandy, and how Justin Timberlake is just doing amazingly well with promotion and Brandy did nothing. Imagine Dragons is spot on. It's on the right track to, their album is already certified gold, and I don't know if you can go beyond gold once you've been certified. Can you eventually get to platinum? Like, how do you, when's the cutoff? That's something I'll research. But yeah, I think that they're doing an excellent job in creating their fan base, and festivals I think are the perfect opportunity for them to do that, for anybody to do that. Performing live is so crucial to creating a mass for yourself, a mass population of supporters for yourself. So Imagine Dragons, excellent job. Let me just take a look real quick, because you guys know how I feel about people who write their own songs. So let's see. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, they've written all their songs and they produced a lot of them, so that is more bonus points in my book. I love it. Overall, I give this album a 4.5 out of 5, and the reason I do is because when I can listen to the album straight through, no stops, I don't have any nasty faces on certain songs that I hear. That's great. I am a really harsh critic, and I will rarely give anybody a 5 out of 5. I didn't even give Justin a 5 out of 5 because Suit and Tie, like I said, I like the song because it's his song, not because it's a good song. But yeah, this is a great, great album. If you love indie rock music, this is a perfect album for you to get. It's a festival kind of group. Like, they will have a great sound at a festival, so I definitely look forward to seeing them. If I end up going to Camp Roxas, I will definitely be vlogging and taking you guys along with me, because it's going to be an awesome experience. So I love the album, and I just look forward to seeing where they end up. They're a new group, they're a new band, even though they've been together since 2007. I don't know enough about them to dictate anything. You know, I can only predict what I think is going to happen, and I think they're going to be fantastic, and I think they're going to be well loved and well received. They have been well received, so I think it can only go up from here if they keep doing what they're doing. So that is all for this week's New Music Tuesday. Stay tuned for next week. I don't know what I'm going to talk about yet. I am going to do eventually a New Music Tuesday on Bon Jovi, because their album came out like a couple weeks ago, and I'm going to see their concert on April 13th. What? Yes, I am an 80s child, a 90s child. Really, I was born in the 80s, but I remember the 90s. I am one of those young people, Generation X, Y, one of the generations that loves Bon Jovi. So yes, I will be one of the only young people at a Bon Jovi concert, and it'll probably be a bunch of older white people, which I'm totally fine with. I will sit here and dance to Living on a Prayer with Aunt Ethel and Lucy like any other person. So I am so stoked. I love Bon Jovi, and it'll be a blast. So I will try and take you guys on that trip with me as well. We'll see. I'm trying to vlog a lot more, but yeah, that's it. I'll see you guys next week. Bye. And so when he put out this album, I wasn't surprised by the content on it at all. I loved the soul feel of it. I loved some of the tribute and the payback and the acknowledgement of Marvin Gaye, of Stevie Wonder.